Welcome to La Vista, Nebraska, the suburb of Omaha. La Vista may seem like just another ordinary suburb, but this is soon to change with La Vista's new redevelopment project, Corridor 84. The $235 million construction project will redesign the streetscape of 84th Street, transform La Vista Falls Golf Course into Civic Center Park, and replace the former strip mall with a mixed-use downtown district called City Center. La Vista hopes to make the 84th Street corridor a destination and establish a sense of identity for the community. But what is La Vista's identity, and how is that identity being reflected in the existing space?
I tell you, La Vista is a community. My idea of a community is that anybody from any income bracket, from a blue collar to a white collar worker.
La Vista's story begins in the later era of the post-World War II suburban boom. In the early 1960s, working-class whites settled in La Vista looking for an affordable version of the American dream.
Normal, hometown, hardworking people.
If you look at our history story, a lot of what you see is determination and grit.
La Vistans overcame municipal debt and a poor reputation to develop into a prosperous city, home to industry and middle-class life.
The houses, you can tell that they go older to new. You can walk through a timeline of history.
It's very family oriented, and when I say family oriented, it's a lot of families with cars full of kids. They're going to soccer practice, they're going to church, they're going to and from work. They have to be fast, fast, fast. Every place you go to has a drive-through.
Back in the day, they considered it a bedroom community.
When it comes work time, everybody drives to Bellevue, to Offutt, to Omaha downtown, or to West Omaha to other offices. There's not a lot that actually stay in La Vista.
One of the main routes for traffic through La Vista is 84th Street. This stretch of road earned the nickname the Golden Mile for its abundance of civic services and commercial activity. The Brentwood strip malls were a central location in this area until Walmart relocated in 2006, leading to the departure of several other businesses.
That was a thing that La Vista didn't see happening necessarily, didn't certainly want to happen. But over time, La Vista has been determined to make use of that opportunity.
The opportunity in front of La Vista is simple. Turn the dull and blighted corridor into a place worth caring about.
There's really no identifying place where La Vista citizens can congregate and say, this is our downtown, Otherwise, you just show houses and a building here and there. So for that sense of identity, I think is going to be a good idea.
The redevelopment project will shape La Vista's identity with a design of the space that draws upon urban principles. Unfortunately, the simplicity of designing single-use zones separated by roadways led to the construction of lifeless shopping centers throughout the nation. Because single-use is the norm, it's been difficult to get funding for mixed-use projects, especially in the suburbs. If done right, Corridor 84 could show the Omaha area the benefits of this kind of development.
Not only are we going to have almost 400 apartments, but we're going to have the retail, the smaller shops, the bars, the restaurants. That's what makes this project unique, is when you combine all of it, and then you throw the park in on top of it.
It's easy to think that this development could bring the loss of La Vista's suburban identity by giving La Vista an urban look and feel. Residents have voiced concerns like this at the public meetings and workshops held at City Hall.
So she asked, are we going to get too big for our britches and not be a small town anymore? Is that what you asked?
In well-designed urban cities, density and mixed use make human interaction inevitable.
That's what we're going to get here. We're going to get some people, get some jobs around here, and they're going to be convenient,
Creating a central destination where people will go just to be there will provide more opportunities for residents to interact with neighbors. Bringing this to La Vista could strengthen social networks and foster a richer community life. But how will this community be defined? The characteristics of the space will send messages about who belongs in the community. The sprawl of the Omaha metropolitan area already restricts access by making the automobile a must for the majority of La Vista residents who work elsewhere in the area.
We understand that in the Midwest that automobiles are still going to be the main mode of traffic, but we also understand that that slowly is shifting. People enjoy walking now, they enjoy riding their bikes. Really, the majority of our neighborhoods are going to have trail systems to connect them to this development.
After Corridor 84, La Vista will be more walkable and bikeable, but this will mostly serve walking and biking as leisure activities within La Vista. Another popular leisure activity in American suburbs is shopping, which will take place at City Center, the mixed-use development which will contain approximately 300,000 square feet of retail, dining, and entertainment space.
City Center really came together through collaboration with the city. It was a process that we're familiar with. It's how we really work with all the communities and neighborhoods that we engage in. And it's something that is really an important piece of what we do every day, which is really try to create a place that those who are meant to experience it, love it, and really make it their own. And
who is meant to experience the space will be determined in part by the retail and housing options available at City Center. Other City Ventures properties in Omaha show that the developer is committed to luxury housing, and the apartments at City Center are set to have all the bells and whistles. The cost of housing will restrict who can live there, and because City Ventures will manage the entire shopping district, they will likely segment the market to serve the most profitable demographics.
Right, I think, the management company that potentially is a local, Omaha metropolitan firm knows, kind of has a pulse on the community and knows what works, in each of these developments.
The developer's private control over this public space means they have the power to shape La Vista's identity.
My experience with these things is that developers generally have their idea of what they want to do, and the public say, well, yes or no, but they're not going to go change a whole scale thing, not unless the city as a whole decide we don't like this.
And while community opinions are considered, the developer is most likely to hear the voices of those with more buying power.
It is a private development. He's the one that's going to hold the bank, and he's the one that's responsible for getting leases.
Businesses are expected to open in the development in 2019, but it will be several years before the completion of Corridor 84. Time will tell if the area will be simply a monument to La Vista's rags to riches narrative, or if it will provide an inclusive gathering place for the entire community. The character of the space will say a lot, but it will be up to La Vista's residents to create the community life that happens there.
When you live in a community, it's up to you what you get out of it. And it's like any city, no matter how big or small you are, it's how you get out and meet people and greet people.
Right now it's change and people aren't quite sure, what's going to happen, but I think once it's there, it's going to be something they can't imagine having never happened.
Corridor 84 is not just a change for the city of La Vista. The success of this project could inspire future urban growth in the Omaha area that is more dense, more walkable, and more sustainable.